The Spirit and the bride say, "Come." And let everyone who hears say, "Come." And let everyone who is thirsty come. This past Thursday marked the celebration of Ascension, one of the church's major feasts. Seeing that most people aren't particularly interested in showing up for a service on Thursdays, many churches move the observation to the following Sunday. However, this year someone raised a procedural question about whether or not Ascension has precedence over any Sunday in Easter. So the bishop asked that we go with the readings for the seventh Sunday of Easter this year. That said, Ascension is really important. I mean, it doesn't make any sense at all from a modern perspective, what with Jesus supermaning off into the wild blue yonder. But to the ancient mind, this event is what tied up the entire Christ cycle and completed/proved the unification of the three realms. Through Jesus' incarnation, an innately celestial being became native to the earthly realm, allowing them at death to become native to the underworld. Once there, divine light flooded the grave, revealing the order that underlies even chaos's domain. At resurrection, then, Jesus essentially ripped off hell's gates from the inside, basically destroying the underworld as a separate layer of existence and drawing death from darkness into life. The ascension then disrupts the final barrier, the one dividing heaven and earth, and completes this cosmic renovation. Under this new, immediate reign of God, we humans become free to reject the false rule of dominion and fear, and can seize this new opportunity to live as the children of God and full citizens of the heavens that we truly are. And just so we're clear, despite how hard people may try to convince you, this is not an already not yet situation. This reality isn't just relevant someday in an imagined future or only found in another world. It's available to us right here and right now. We need to recover this concept of how ancient people understood the universe to work. That isn't to say we ought to accept it as fact or that we need to reject scientific advancements to live as people of God. It's okay, essential really, for us to keep exploring. Studying the arts and the sciences is a gift. It's good to enjoy the wonders humans continue to discover about creation. Dreaming and questioning and learning and growing are part of what God made humans to be. Knowledge began expanding the moment the first person had their first thought. And it's perfectly appropriate for our minds and comprehension to continue to expand with it. That said, the future, or present in our case, does everyone a disservice when we appropriate the past and impose modern definitions and factual expectations onto ancient words. Our refusal to think in terms of the ancient cosmos prevents us from comprehending the truths underlying what our biological, intellectual, and spiritual ancestors were hoping to share with us as coming generations. It's like we've been looking at with Revelation the past few weeks. Revelation may be prophecy, memorable imagery of patterns that we humans continue to repeat throughout history and across cultures. but it isn't prognostication. John never expected that we would use his words to foretell or soothsay. The book does give us warnings about who we might become and reminders of how we ought to live, but its primary message is that God overcomes. God continues to overcome, even within the church. Life rises from death. Joy, diversity, and beauty birth themselves from desolation and destruction. Kindness, goodness, and love will continue to manifest despite the cruelties and oppressions of domination, uniformity, and empire. A generous, loving, and creative God underlies, upholds, and empowers all that is. So all that is will continue to reflect that nature, no matter what might periodically get in the way. The change and growth may not be easy, and they certainly aren't fast, but still, God overcomes. So we recognize that God is moving. But how many of us consider our own present need to move as well? Our text reads, "The Spirit and the bride say, 'Come.' Let everyone who hears say, 'Come.' And let everyone who is thirsty come." Come is an action word and automatically implies motion. But the word we're seeing as come also means go. Sometimes we translate it as arrived or headed. That makes a more basic interpretation move. Neither John nor God want us to just lock ourselves in one place for eternity or wait helplessly for supernatural deliverance or waste energy trying to drag a dead past out of the fading sunset. The breath and the bride, that is Christ's present earthly body, say, "Move." And one listening says, "Move." And one thirsting, "Move." Despite the way people still behave, Earth is not the center of the universe. The United States isn't the center of the universe, nor is the church, or you or me. That means we all need to keep moving, keep changing, and keep growing. We need to continue to orbit and further seek God. We have to learn to emulate God, to live as children of a Father that we adore. God is love made action. So let us become love in action. Not someday, but here and now. God is generous. So let us become generous. Again, not someday, but here and now. God is kind, caring for the righteous and the unrighteous. So let us be kind to whomever we encounter. And not just someday, but right here and right now. The universe is remade. These ancient realms are divided no more. To quote Revelation from a few weeks ago, there is no more sea. nor does the divine remain cloistered or remote. Jesus has ascended, yet we, his body, remain in this world. What will it take to get us to move again? When will we open our airways, fill our lungs with life, and finally and truly take heed as the bride and the breath say, move? And one listening says, move. And one thirsting, move. Amen.